I don't know what the drivers thought, but that sure as hell was a lot of fun to watch at Atlanta. It really was like a mini Daytona. Our betting card went pretty good also, with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at one point leading the race for over 20 laps, but he succumbed to the dreaded 2022 flat, spinning out, and we all know how that winds up. Our other top 10 on the day of Chris Buescher didn't really look like he had the pace to get inside that mark, but coming towards the back half of the race, like he almost always does at these super speedways, he cracked the top 10, spinning out, finishing 7th. Our matchup of the day was William Byron over Kevin Harvick, and even though William Byron wound up actually winning the race, which ruined our Ryan Blaney outright, Kevin Harvick didn't show any pace early, and so that bet seemed like it was going to hit about halfway through. Our best bet on the day was a Ross Chastain top 10, which, was there any doubt? This dude is on fire right now, making it his 3rd consecutive race with a finish inside the top 3. So I would assume betting him on the market inside another top 10 is probably a go for this week. Well, NASCAR moves on to Austin, Texas, and to the Circuit of the Americas for the EchoPark Automotive Grand Prix. It's the first time these next-gen cars are finding a road course, so we don't really know what we're going to see. But with that said, let's take a look at my entire betting card for the race. Starting the betting card off like I normally do with a couple of top 10s, and leading off with Tyler Reddick at -125. I mentioned Reddick in the race preview show as an outright to keep an eye on as we get closer to the race, and I like him for all of those reasons. He finished 9th here last year, finished inside the top 3 over the first 2 stages in that race as well. He was been pretty good at road courses throughout his career in both the Xfinity and Cup Series, finishing the last 6 Xfinity races at road courses inside the top 10, with 4 of those being top 5s. I don't normally like to pay up for the top 10 market, but getting a driver as good as him to finish inside the top quarter of the field, I will gladly do so this week. Next on the list is somebody who's been flying underneath the radar pretty inconspicuously, and that's Kurt Busch at +140. What, you say? Yeah, this old man is driving freaking amazing in 2022. He is actually leading the NASCAR Cup Series in terms of average finishing position at 9.6, and he's tied with Ryan Blaney with the second best pass differential of 93, behind only Kyle Larson at 105. He's finished every race this year inside the top 20, with the last 4 being 13th or better, with 3 of those 4 being inside the top 10. Yeah, he didn't finish COTA very well with a 27th place finish, but was 6th or better in 4 of the 7 road courses during the 2021 year. He's finished 15th or better in 7 of the 9 road races the last 2 seasons, and at +140 to finish inside the top quarter or maybe third of the field, that is a definite for the betting card. Now to our driver matchup of the week, I'm going to the top of the betting board and picking Kyle Larson to finish ahead of Chase Elliott at -108. Yes, Chase Elliott is the heavy favorite here based on his past successes at road courses, leading the Cup Series with, I think, 7 wins over the past few years. But to me, the best driver in the Cup Series the last year plus, and even at road courses over that span, has been actually Kyle Larson. Larson and Elliott alternated the first 2 road races last year, finishing 1st and 2nd, and then it was actually Larson finishing better than Chase Elliott over the last 3 road races in 2021. Anytime you can get Larson at less than -110 in a matchup, this is a definite for me. Moving to our required weekly outright pick of the race, which in NASCAR is almost impossible to bet unless you spray the board, which is the reason why I simply cannot personally go with the short odds of Chase Elliott or Kyle Larson inside that 4-1 number. So this week, I decided let's get a little crazy, and this will coincide with my best bet, and I'm going to go with Joey Logano at +2,400. Say what? Yeah, Logano is not somebody I normally bet, and has simply backfired on me almost every single time I have backed him in a NASCAR race. However, he's been one of the better drivers, not just this year, but over the last 2 years in the Cup Series and in general over the road courses during this span. He's top 10 in the last 2 races and in 3 of the last 4 heading into Texas this year, and he's second to teammate Ryan Blaney in terms of average running position at 11th on the season. He's run the most total laps inside the top 15 of any Cup Series driver this season, and is second to race favorite Chase Elliott in 2022 driver points. In terms of road races, Logano has been one of the better drivers in the Cup Series, kind of quietly for that matter, where he finished third at COTA last season and led the most laps in that race with 14. He finished top 5 in the first 3 road courses in 2021 and top 7 in 4 of the 7 on the season. As I mentioned, my best bet would coincide with my outright, and that's the reason why I'm going with Joey Logano to top 10 at -120 for my best bet. I'm doing so for all of the reasons that I already mentioned him as a potential winner of the race, and knowing that in 12 of the last 13 road courses, Logano has finished on the lead lap. You may not consider this to be important, but seeing the way these cars have driven this year and at COTA and a bunch of the other road courses last season, being able to stay clean is uber important when in a race like this. And so knowing that his ability to do so has been pretty consistent, I feel fairly confident that he can run inside the top third or so of the field. At getting this at close to even money for one of the better drivers during the 2022 season seems like a steal to me. We went 3-2 last week at the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500, so if you'd like to tail or still fade any of my picks, make sure you head over to FanDuel Sportsbook, where they're still offering new users to get $150 on any $5 March Madness bet, win or lose. Good luck on all of your wagers for the EchoPark Automotive Grand Prix, and I'll catch you next week as we preview the Toyota Owners 400 in Richmond.